Welcome. In this video, we're going to look at changing our database management tool in our Laragon development environment. So I've just started up my portable Laragon installation here. And if we click on database, we'll notice that we get this program come up for our database management tool, which is known as Heidi SQL. Now, it's quite a good program and it does the job we need it to do. But because a lot of web hosts use phpMyAdmin, I thought we would change over to that just to make following tutorials and working with web hosts a little bit easier. Okay. So to start this process off, we're going to stop our Laragon development environment, if you haven't already. And we're going to fully close it. So we'll click on exit to fully shut it down. Right, so now we're going to have to go and get a copy of phpMyAdmin. And to do that, we'll visit their website. Rightio, so we'll go to their website, www.phpMyAdmin.net. And there should be a download link here somewhere. And we want to download the compressed release, so we'll download that. At the time of recording, that is 5.0.2. And I'll just save that to my desktop for now, just so it's easy for us to find. Well, relatively easy. My desktop's a bit of a mess at the moment. Of course, if you want to throw them a bit of money, they'll appreciate that. Rightio, so we've downloaded our copy of that. We are going to want to extract it into our Laragon installation. So we'll go onto our USB drive. We'll double click on the Laragon folder, double click on etc, and double click on apps. And this is the folder where we're going to extract that file to. Okay. So to do that, we're going to right click on our phpMyAdmin zip file that we downloaded. We're going to click on extract all. And then we're going to browse for our location to extract it to. We'll locate our USB stick. And we'll double click on Laragon, etc. apps. So that's the folder we want to select. So we'll select that folder, make sure the file path's right in here, which it is, and we'll go extract. Okay, depending on the speed of your USB drive and your computer, that can take a few minutes, so don't panic if it's taking a while. Right, so that's extracted the folder here, but we need to rename it because we don't need all the extra text at the end. So we'll just right click on that and we will just go rename, and we'll just take out everything except the phpMyAdmin. Click enter on that. Rightio. So now we should be right to start up Laragon again. So we'll click back out to here and I'll click on my shortcut to start Laragon. Okay, so if we click start all now, And now when I click database, it'll load up the web interface for phpMyAdmin. Now, the default account to access this is root and leave the password blank. We just click go. And we can see all our databases down the side here for all our various installations. And of course, we can click on any one of them, view all the tables and data within those tables. So that's the basics of setting up phpMyAdmin on Laragon. Now there is one extra quality of life thing we can do. Just to save us having to log in every time we want to access this. Seeing it's a local development environment, we don't have to worry too much about security. So we're going to jump in to our Laragon folder again, into etc., into apps. We'll go into phpMyAdmin. And we're going to look for the config.inc php. And here it is, config.inc.php. And we'll just, now, good practice whenever you're going to play around with a config file is to make a copy and we'll just paste it back into the same folder. That's just in case you stuff up something in the config file. You can easily restore it back without breaking everything. Okay. So now we've made our backup. We'll right click on the config and I'll just open it with, we'll just open it with whatever we've got. Notepad will do, or any other text or code editor. For some reason I've still got brackets installed on here, so we'll use it. Okay, and then we'll be confronted with our config file. Now, the things we're going to change is under authentication type. Should be around 30 lines down. Okay, and there'll be a line here, something like this one. And that's the first line we're going to change. And we're going to change that from value from cookie to config. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy that line, go to the end of that line again and hit enter and paste. And in this one, we're going to change the authentication type to username. And instead of config, we will type root for the username value. I'll hit enter once more and paste in that line again. And in this one, we're going to change authentication type to password. And we're just going to have the 2 apostrophes, no space in between. So all we've done is we've modified that server's authentication type line to display, to have the value config. And we've added these two new lines underneath that to provide the username and password. Okay, so once we've done that, we'll save the file, close down this editor. Now, it mightn't be necessary, but I think it's pretty good practice. We will just stop the Laragon service. And then we'll just start them again, just so everything reloads. And now if we click on database, it loads us straight into phpMyAdmin. Okay.